Hello, Homestead. Please stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please stay standing for a moment of silence. From Homestead Media, this is HHS In Depth.
It was 1 year ago when we were sent home for what ended up being the rest of the school year last year. See the strides we've made educationally during a pandemic.
Plus, see how Homestead students can prep for the important standardized tests like the SAT and the ACT. Those stories and more straight ahead. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Nisha Lalaria.
And I'm Ashton Hackman.
Now, as you already know, our dear friend and French teacher, Mr. Sagnon, is currently in the hospital battling a bad infection.
Mr. Sagnon was transferred to Indianapolis last weekend to receive better treatment, and we're happy to report that his condition is improving. The GoFundMe page created by Homestead teachers has already raised more than $16,000, but we want to let you know to be on the lookout for another fundraiser for Mr. Sagnon. As our class here at HHS In Depth, we'll be selling bracelets designed specifically for Mr. Sagnon with Homestead school colors to show our support to him.
That's right, Ashton. We are waiting for the first batch to be delivered, but when they are here, you'll be able to get them at lunch in the concession stand outside of the cafeteria.
This is the same location as the coffee bar. Each bracelet will be $1, and we will accept any other donation for Mr. Sagnon at that time. All money collected will go to Mr. Sagnon's fundraiser. Nisha, it's been weird not having him in the building. He was supposed to go with us to the basketball games. We just miss him here.
And we will be thinking about him until he gets back. But we start today's show with a look back. Did you know that tomorrow marks 1 year since students went home for the rest of the school year due to COVID-19?
That's right, Nisha. It's hard to believe it's already been a year, but I think we can all remember that Thursday last year leaving school for the final time. And HHS In Depth reporter Jensen Clegg is in now to take a look back at the year and to see all the strides we have made educationally by adapting to learning during a global pandemic.
That's right, we're embarking on the 1 year anniversary since our lives were changed, along with the rest of the world. With the pandemic came countless impacts on our daily life and activities, here at Homestead and beyond. When Homestead first went on lockdown, all schoolwork was done via e-learning. Later on, real-time virtual school was made possible with the help of Zoom, which was exclusively used when students went home for 5 weeks in November. Now, things are once again in person and through Zoom if a student feels unsafe going to school amongst others.
So I was on Zoom school, and recently I've just been coming to school because cases have been down. But Zoom school, I like it because I was in the comfort of my own home. I missed my friends a bit, but it was nice being in the comfort of my own home. It was pretty much the same as regular school. Going to in-person is great because I have more interaction. I get to talk to my friends and my teachers, and I just get to interact more with people. I think neither are bad, but I think I like coming to school better. Just because of all I get to talk to people.
Our staff members have done the best they can to keep our school safe, and as we progress, activities and opportunities are coming back healthier than ever. Our school has made leaps and bounds to continue with education and activities through COVID-19, and although tomorrow marks the 1 year anniversary since our fight began, our determination and resilience through these hard times will be remembered forever. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Jensen Clegg.
All right, thank you, Jensen. Seniors wishing to speak at this spring's graduation commencement, please see your email and the Class of 2021 Canvas page to find the application. Return all application materials to the principal's office no later than tomorrow at 3:05 p.m. Late applications will not be accepted.
Attention seniors, if you or your parents would like to purchase a senior ad, please go to yearbooksforever.com for details. And while you are on the website, you can pre-order your yearbook for this school year. Hurry up as time is running out.
The Homestead Theater Department is excited to announce auditions for this year's spring musical, Footloose. Auditions will take place Monday, March 15th and Tuesday, March 16th in the choir room. Please prepare 16 to 32 measures of an upbeat song that shows off your vocal style and abilities. Please sign up for an audition time slot outside the choir room. All will be called back for the dance portion of the audition on Thursday, March 18th. Performance dates this year are May 7th, 8th, 13th, and 14th right here at Homestead. Please see Mr. Shaw if you have any questions.
The Rube Goldberg Club will be having an open house from 2:45 to 3:30 today to show off their finished project to Homestead students and staff. Stop by room 945 to see how to shake and pour a box of nerds in the easiest way possible.
Seniors, several scholarships, many of which are newly added to the list, have upcoming March deadlines. Please be sure to check out the HHS Guidance Scholarships page for specific deadline and application information.
And now here's a list of clubs meeting over the next week. Film Club meets Monday after school in Mrs. Ricker's room, room 113. Basket Weaving Club meets today after school in Mrs. Ricker's room, room 204.
Many students are signed up to take the SAT, ACT, or both tests this spring. HHS In-Depth reporter Hadley Mertz is in now with the story over these standardized tests and how Homestead students can best prepare for them. Hadley.
Thanks, guys. For a lot of students who plan on attending college, taking the SAT or ACT is an essential step to acceptance. However, it can be really overwhelming for students, and a lot of them don't know great ways to prepare. Lucky for you, Homestead offers prep courses.
The classes are offered, there's an opportunity to take it during the regular school day, and then the vast majority of students are taking it actually what they call 0 hour, which is before school actually begins.
Prep classes aren't only for upperclassmen. They are a great opportunity for sophomores to get a head start as well. For those looking to take a more serious step in preparing, Homestead offers prep courses online and in person.
If you don't have the time to take a course, one thing that you could do is you can send your PSAT scores to the Khan Academy, and they will give you individualized coursework to practice on. The other thing that you could really do that will help you, and I know that everyone thinks this is crazy, but the more you read, the better you're going to do on the SAT and ACT.
Essentially, the best way to prepare is to practice. And now it's all online, right? It provides you with opportunities to practice through College Board and Khan Academy. There are books that you can buy. So the beauty of this course is that it's already built into your school day. It only lasts a semester, and the outcome is usually pretty good.
Prep classes take place before and during school. If you're a student who's looking to take a prep class but either of those times don't work for you, it's best recommended that you purchase a prep book to work on. Reporting for HHS In-Depth, I'm Hadley Mertz.
Thank you, Hadley. And for further questions about signing up or for test prep courses, email Dr. Price or your counselor with questions.
It's wet today and warm as well. Rain chances aren't leaving quite yet. I'll be back later with a check of the 7-day forecast.
You're watching HHS In Depth with Ashton Hackman and Nisha Lauria.
Welcome back. You've seen a recent issue of the Spartana all across the school, but do you ever wonder what goes into making an issue of this publication? HHS In Depth reporter Easton Hensley brings us a story over the typical process of the Spartana and how you can get involved.
Every month, Homestead students are provided with fresh issues of the Spartana, and the students who work on this publication spend long hours to produce each issue for the student body.
To create the Spartana, we first start off with a brainstorm session where we all just get together, sit down, and get out all the ideas we have in our heads. Then we sort of pick through the ones that we think are best, and then we get to work writing, interviewing, designing, taking photos. And after all that's complete, we finish our final edits, and then we send it out to print, and a week later we get back 2,000 copies of the Spartana, which we stack into piles and deliver to classrooms. Getting our stuff out by the deadlines does take a lot of dedication, but it's really great because people are writing and taking photos of things that they're really passionate about, so it doesn't feel like work at all.
Along with the opportunities students have to write stories about their passions and interests, this program does not thrive without hard work.
It's a pretty serious level of commitment. I would say 100% commitment, because when they're writing their stories, they have to interview people to get information to help them write their stories. It has to be, as perfect as it can be. We really try to make it as thorough and as perfect as it can be, including interviews and pictures or graphics with our design.
The journalism program provides an excellent hands-on experience of improving writing, photography, design, interviewing, and many other skills that are not only used for high school, but also down the road.
I highly recommend getting involved in one of the journalism programs. The skills that you learn to be on one of these publications are skills that you're going to use lifelong. Those are all skills that will
carry you through to college or out into the job world.
Just being on staff, I think, is pretty impressive to colleges because they recognize that a publication staff like this, it takes a lot of work. Coming into the Spartana, I was super shy and just didn't want to interview anyone. I've definitely gotten out of my shell a little bit, and it's a lot easier to talk to people.
If you're interested in joining the journalism program, contact your counselor and sign up for Journalism 1. Reporting for HHS In Depth, I'm Easton Hensley.
If you have been in Homestead for a few years, you may have noticed Mrs. Jones's free little library outside her door. HHS In Depth reporter Nada DeHook brings you a story over how this library, Carolyn's Cart, was created and how it is used by Homestead students and teachers today.
If you've ever walked by door 1 before, you may have noticed the cart outside of Mrs. Jones's classroom called Carolyn's Cart. You may think this is just a second library for Homestead, but like most things in the school, this cart of books, magazines, and newspapers has a story behind it.
Carolyn's Cart is something that I started back in 2013 after I lost my mother to stage 4 lung cancer. My mom was a lover of words, and she just knew how to use words to inspire, to educate, to comfort. She was a writer, and I developed this cart, which is my version of a free little library, to hopefully encourage other people to embrace the power of words through reading.
And there is not a specific process of how to take a book, as the importance of the cart is not how to get them, but to explore which ones you'd like to read.
There's a little bit of variety going on. Some people are bringing the book back when they're done with it for somebody else to enjoy. Others might love it so much that they keep it. And there's a variety of books out there.
And these books, magazines, and newspapers come from multiple places, not just Mrs. Jones's personal library.
My grandma, after I came up with this idea, she is always giving me books and magazines to put on it, and usually go to Goodwill on their half-off days and stock up hopefully on bestsellers and things that I think students and staff would be interested in reading.
And with more space and books, Carolyn's Cart can expand to more than just a few shelves.
I hope that this is a tradition that continues. Ideally, in the future, I think it would be really neat to have something more than just a cart, to actually have a little structure, maybe some sort of reclaimed object that can turn into more of an official free little library.
Whether you're looking for a new book, a newspaper to fill out a magazine with, or just want to support Carolyn's Cart, you can stop by anytime during the day and look through the variety of stories, as it is open to both teachers and students. For HHS In Depth, I'm Nada DeHook.
Thank you, Nada. If you own any books that you would like to give to Carolyn's Cart, you can drop them off to room number 108 and give your books to Mrs. Jones. Let's get another check of that forecast. Carly Flanagan joins us now.
And Carly, please tell me more days like the ones we saw earlier this week are in the extended forecast.
Unfortunately, Nisha, it's not going to get any warmer because tonight it will be thunderstorming all day and it will only get colder as the week goes on. So keep that umbrella handy because there will be more rain chances next week as temperatures go from the warm weather we've had into the 40s with a morning snow chance within the next weekend. And temperatures will be in the high upper 40s throughout Indiana. Now, hour by hour with today, it will just be raining all throughout and it will get lower and lower into the 60s. And for the rest of this weekend, it does get pretty cold and there'll be more rain coming in within the next 7 days, and I'll give you those details after sports.
All right, thank you, Carly.
Next in sports, the boys basketball team stayed perfect on the season by winning the sectional last weekend, and our gymnastics team is heading to state this weekend.
Sports is next. Stay with us. Welcome back. I'm Ashton Ackman. The gymnastics team won their first regional title in nearly 20 years and are gearing up for state this weekend. Ahead of their state-run, sports reporter Anthony Gary talks with the Homestead gymnastics team.
Preparing for the state competition this weekend, the Homestead gymnastics team has been hard at work in hopes of placing well at state.
This year we really focused on making all of our routines clean and perfected all of our landings and just focused on doing what we know how to do, and we just put it all together so we could win regionals.
I think we all worked together pretty well. We all cheered each other on and worked as a team.
After the big success at regionals, the Spartans look forward to competing this weekend.
I'm excited. I think we'll do pretty good. We've been keeping track of other teams across the state, and we've been doing good at sectionals and regionals.
I'm very excited for state. We have a lot of potential. I'm hoping that we place either top 3 or top 2, somewhere around there, but I'm really excited because we have a really good shot.
The team hopes their practice will pay off at their state competition in Muncie, and we wish all the gymnasts good luck this weekend. For HHS In Depth, I'm Anthony Gary.
The boys basketball team also brought in some hardware over the weekend after defeating New Haven on Saturday. With a recap of the sectional final against the Bulldogs, here's sports reporter Caleb Wood.
Sectional semifinals. It's Homestead versus Southside at Columbia City. The Spartans did not waste any time. First possession, Goody takes the 3, gets the basket, and again Goody for 3. He gets it to go. Spartans up 28 to just 2 after the first quarter. The Spartan student section showing out strong, and they would like this. Goody to the rim, slams it down. Goody with 23 points on the night. Later on, Fletcher, easy bucket. Homestead wins 74-44 and advance to the sectional finals. The next night, it's the New Haven Bulldogs against the Spartans, a rematch from the regular season. A close game at first, but the Spartans coming out with a big win. And the same could be said about this time New Haven, keeping it close, tied 13 after 1 quarter of play. But the Spartans would go off and take the lead. Caleb Colpine drains the 3 ball, then Lawyer drives to the rim, gets the basket and the foul, and there would be plenty more from him later on. Second half, Goody is good for 3, then Andrew Leeper with not 1, not 2, but 3 slam dunks. He scored 18 points in total. Fletcher Lawyer gets open and puts it up. He scored 30 points against the Bulldogs. And one more here from Grant Simmons, getting in on the action under the rim. Spartans would win 75-56 over New Haven. Homestead reclaims the sectional championship title from New Haven after last year, and they will move on to face Carmel Saturday for their biggest test of the season, as the road to Bankers Life continues.
That's all for sports. Be sure to follow the Locker Report on Twitter and Instagram to stay updated on all postseason action this weekend. Carly has the final check of the weather when we come back.
After the thunderstorms today, it should dry up as we head into the next week, and unfortunately, temperatures will begin to fall.
All right, thank you, Carly. And thank you for watching today.
It's the biggest test of the season on Saturday for the state title-eyeing Homestead Spartans. They take on the Carmel Greyhounds in the regional semifinal at 9:30 a.m. in Logansport. If you can't make the long drive to the Berry Bowl, you can listen to the game on the Point 91 FM or online at WCYT.org.
We'll be back again next Friday. Have a great weekend.